We got to hit the best and most explosive quarterback to wide receiver duo going in the NFL right now.
Yes.
Certainly week 18 into the playoffs. Dak Prescott and CeeDee Lamb. The play that essentially got this offense going in many ways, won them the football game, was the play that Dak Prescott made something essentially out of nothing. Detroit dials up the pressure. It's right there, 55, swinging and miss. Dak Prescott makes an incredible play.
Yes.
But so does CeeDee Lamb to deviate from that original play and create a negative play into a 92-yard touchdown pass.
My favorite part about it is that you think that these scramble plays are just freestyling, but they're not. They're actually controlled chaos that you practice on a weekly basis, and it shows the amount of detail that has gone into the Dallas Cowboys offense. So look, when this is a cover zero, they send pressure, 6 guys, 5 guys only to block him. Dak does an incredible job of evading the tackle and creating more time. So now he's scrambling. At this moment,
immediately when he scrambles, so everybody at home understands, quarterback-wise, initially we think, is there a shot downfield? Can I make a big play downfield? If not there, then we want to get our vision back into something intermediate and then something shallow.
And there are rules. There are literal scramble rules that you have to abide by as an offense. Number one, if you are the shallow receiver to the side the quarterback is scrambling to, your job is to sit, but you can't just sit because that's easy to defend. So what you do here, what Pollard does, is you have to push up and create a throwing surface. Your responsibility is to create space so that you get open so your quarterback has an outlet because he's under duress. Next rule is, on the other side, if you are the deep guy away from where the quarterback is scrambling, you should be running a post. Brandon Cooks doesn't do that, but typically these rules are give him a throw deep to the backside. Take it back from me again, Dan. The shallow player to the opposite side of where Dak is scrambling to, now whatever lane he's on, he goes straight across the field, hightailing it, giving him an outlet throw. The last rule, and this is the most important one, the one that we're talking about, is CeeDee Lamb. The deep player to the side the quarterback is scrambling to, his role is as soon as he sees him break the pocket, he goes to the back pylon.
Beautiful job by CeeDee Lamb, seeing that, putting that hand up essentially, and realizing nobody's deep, Dak's broken out of the pocket, there's a chance for a big play downfield.
There's so many opportunities in the scramble drill, but that much more when it's cover zero, because to your point, there is nobody there to stop him. Now, this is the beautiful part of the route. Okay, he runs a quick post in a cover zero. He turns his head quick because he knows that Dak is going to have to get that ball out of his hands. Typically, you're not going to get a scramble situation in a cover zero when they send pressure. Once he sees it and realizes he is locked back into his detail, and that has been the difference for CeeDee Lamb this year, is that his level of detail in his play has been raised, and that's why number 88 is, in any conversation, a top 5 receiver from now until the time his career is over.
Let me ask you a question. When he makes this turn here, is he peeking deep, or does he already know no one's there, I'm going?
It doesn't matter. That's his job. Even if there's 3 safeties back
here, you're coached to do that. Your job
is to get to that space.
No matter if there's a defender back here.
No matter what the situation is. It's going to open up, and Dak's job is to find the open guy. What he does great is the push-off happens before he even gets into his route.
So you're telling me that push-off is intentional by CeeDee Lamb?
Absolutely.
But flag.
Look, we're not going to be naive and act like there's not hand fighting that happens in an NFL game or any route. Yes, you use it to your advantage to get open. The smart thing you do is you do it before the ball is thrown and before there's a focal point from the refs, because then there's no way that they'll call OPI for this catch.
Unbelievable job by CeeDee Lamb, and it's important for everybody to understand at home. This is coached. This is taught. This is not by accident. There are rules in what we call the scramble drill. Looks like CeeDee did them perfectly.
Control chaos, baby.
I love it.
That is so cool. You see how much space he creates even, too, after a little bit of that hand fighting that Hawk is talking about. Amazing stuff, guys. So now the Eagles have lost 4 of 5. A.J. Brown has seen a drop of production over that span. Jalen Hurts and Brown were a dangerous combo together on the perimeter over the first 12 weeks, completing 61% of passes outside the numbers with 6 touchdowns in those plays in that time. But since week 13, Hurts has completed 41% of such passes to Brown, the 5th lowest mark by any QB receiver duo. Phillies OC Brian Johnson spoke Tuesday on the importance of getting Brown going.
We didn't run a whole bunch of plays. He had, I guess 1 catch. Yeah, so, he had 1 catch in the second half. I don't remember exactly every single pass that we ran in the second half. But A.J.'s a great player, and you know, we gotta force him the ball sometimes and make sure to get him going.
A.J. spoke about the reason why he wasn't talking, and then he also mentioned that he spoke in front of the team and apologized for the reason. What do you have to say about? What do you think about his apology and the impact that he actually did?
Yeah, he's taking leadership, taking ownership for some of the things that he's been out there, him doing, and I appreciate him having the courage to do that in front of the team. It's allowed us to just have more conversations, be intentional about what we're doing, and obviously chase the results we want.
Hawk, let me go back to what offensive coordinator Brian Johnson said. Is forcing the ball to A.J. Brown a solution at this point in the season?
I've never seen an offense work of forcing the ball to anybody. Yep. That is a fact of the matter. You should be getting A.J. Brown the ball because he's your highest paid skill player, and you need him to fuel your offense because that's what you pay him for, not this dial that you push up or down based on what the scenario is off of the field. And that has been my issue with the Philadelphia Eagles offense, is that when people were calling for them to run the ball and having signs outside the facility, that's what they went and did. And to me, that tells me their game plan isn't airtight. By this time of the season, it should be a well-oiled machine with an arsenal of weapons that you dictate where you go based on what the defense is going to show you. And you and A.J. Brown will both understand this is what is needed to happen for us on our quest to winning a Super Bowl.
Dude, when you force the ball to people, you get yourselves in trouble.
Yes.
When you are deliberate in getting someone the ball, there's purpose behind it. There's the difference. And what they've lost sight of is giving A.J. multiple routes. We go back early in the season, the thing that I loved is they always got into that 2-by-2 formation. And it was, A.J., go run a stop route, off coverage, bang. This is throw and catch, easy. Well, we'll get into that same formation, 2-by-2, tight end inside, A.J. outside. Hey, A.J., this time, let's take advantage of it. Maybe we go route. Maybe we go stop and go. As long as Jalen plays on time and we got a chance to throw one-on-one, you're as good as anybody in the NFL. You know what? We got to take advantage of maybe some shell defense too high. A.J., we'll get into that same formation, tight end inside, but we'll give you that wrap in. So make sure that we can take advantage of some of those weak zone spots. Bang, there you go. And then, you know what, A.J., we can't just do the wrap in. You're so good with the ball in your hands. We'll get in that same formation. And let's just go the short end. Completion play. Jalen, catch and throw, essentially. 5 yards, A.J., go up and push into a soft spot and catch the ball. I have not seen that as much recently. I saw it early on. What I've seen is the stop routes on the outside, and those are still fine. But I don't see the variation of routes that they're giving A.J. Brown. I think saying force the football to somebody is a massive mistake. It's a bad message to send to your football team. You have to have a deliberate mindset to get A.J. Brown the ball. But if they cover him, Jalen Hurts got to go to somebody else.
Yeah.
Well, you had that conversation earlier this year, Dan, when you said it was deliberate after the blow-up on the sideline, and they were trying to force him the ball, and the offense looked completely different. Here's my thing when you guys talk about it, y'all know it better than me being a quarterback and a wide receiver. I bring it in layman's terms. What happened? Like, I have apps that I can go look at the film from last year and see how you were effective offensively. Why don't you do that? What's difficult about that, Dan? Is it an ego thing, or is it you don't have the same personnel? What's the difference in this offense being what it is now as opposed to how prolific it was last year?
Marcus, they don't run nearly as many RPOs. They're not in the 3-by-0 formation or 3-by-1 formation, meaning 3 guys on one side, 1 on the other, nearly as much. They're in 2-by-2. Way too much right now, and I think there's become that predictable element. Caveat with, like, I don't know why. Well, coordinator change. You heard me say this all the time. He's calling good plays. He's not calling good games.
And that's just an instinct thing. I mean, it seems like the best play callers just have the feel to do it at the right time.
Feel. It is not a science. It's an art. It is not repeatable. It is feel. And I don't know if Brian Johnson right now has the feel in games of what to go to on a consistent basis.
We knew Shane Steichen was great. I think we're seeing just how great he was in his absence in Philly.